Hello, 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 and welcome to tonight's show. It's getting warm here in Sydney, which is absolutely fantastic, and I love that. I love that we're getting the warm weather. I love that we're opening up to summer. I love that we're in spring, and it's just really exciting. It's really exciting, an exciting time of year. We've had a big year with all of the things that have been happening, and where spring is where we get to plant new growth, plant our dreams and our desires, allow them to seed, allow them to become, and we can open up to the new growth and the new possibilities that are here for us. Hello, Samantha. How are you? What a beautiful name, Samantha Love. Hi, Lauren. Hi, Lauren. How are you? Please let us know where you're from. I would love to know where you're from and what areas in the world or around Australia are we traveling here from. So a little bit about me. My name is Claudia Forward and I am an ex-banker. I worked 22 years in the corporate industry as an executive manager. And, you know, it's interesting, my time there. I'm not going to sit here and say I got out of corporate. Well, yes, I did. I did get out of corporate. And you know how I was blessed to get out? I was blessed to step out from a space of balance, from a space of harmony, from a space of inner joy. Like where it was almost like the time when it was for me to step away from corporate was, oh, it's now time. And I stepped out that naturally and that easily. Let me tell you, as per the story I shared on Facebook this week, it wasn't always like that. It was not always like that. I was really quite unfulfilled, and I had a number of little lessons I got to learn. Hi, Mel. Hi, Jeanette. I love Truth Seeker in your name. It just feels so good. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Mel. Okay. Virgo, September 18th. My husband just turned 50 on Sunday. We had a beautiful time. So what have you done to celebrate your birthday, Mel? So, hey, Mick. So last week, what we did here was we started talking about process. And so why process? And it's really quite funny, actually, because in my corporate career, I was a process architect. So, of course, I still talk process. And yet now, process, the type of process, instead of talking about where this figure is going to in the bank and what type of processes they merge with, what type of manual processes and things like that, how does it interact with the customers and the clients and the systems and the bank accounts and all sorts of things like that. Now I speak into process to bring you back into alignment to the person that you always were, to the person that is always you, the person that is you in your heart, the one that is waiting to shine and rise, the person that you've always been. So what I'd love for you to do is ask your questions. Ask your questions and let's tune in to what processes that we can come up with in order for you to drop in and listen to the answers that you have within yourself. And so ask your questions, ask away. Mel, I love that. You had some beautiful people at the beach. Yeah, we ended up taking the kids out of school and we went down, took the car on the beach and had a beautiful picnic there, and it was gorgeous, really nice. So yeah, so please do ask your questions. Last week we talked a lot into, we brought into two points on the throat chakra, and we ended up creating and I say we because it was actually through the collective here that we created a group in order for us, and a challenge in order for each of us to enjoy the process and to see how it manifests in our life and see how it can actually be used within our day-to-day, moment-to-moment life. And the process was really, hey, Johnny, it was really about 2 points And using like sort of acupuncture points, esoteric points, whatever you want to call them, using 2 points to help us drop into our body, let go of what's there on our throat. And we used essential oils. So what I thought I'd do is I'm going to go through that process here with you again, because we've had so many people who've had so many great results in this, and it's just a really nice, easy way to drop into your body so that you can find the answers within you. So as I said earlier, please ask your questions, pop in any questions that you have below, and so we can speak into it. And while we're waiting for some questions to come in, I'm going to be using frankincense actually on 2 fingers. So the way the process works that we spoke into is oil, essential oil on 2 fingers. And now if you don't have any essential oils, that is perfectly fine too. You can also visualize and you can also tune in. And so placing 1 finger here and 1 finger there. And all you need to do is breathe and allow. Breathe. And allow your body to shift and move in whatever way that it is guided to. Many people end up clearing their jaw, opening up their throat, their head goes back, dropping into their heart. But just stop for a moment and breathe. And how present can you be? So for me, whenever I do this or even imagine it with my, like these 2 points, my voice drops lower. And, you know, I come back into my body. I did it with a girlfriend today as we went for a little walk, and it was just like, okay, let's try it. See if we can just visualize it and imagine it. Imagine those points. Imagine them clearing. And we dropped. And we dropped. And see, that's the thing. How much more present can you be? So, as I said, please ask your questions. Otherwise, I will just keep chatting about how we can infuse this into our day-to-day life. And I'm very happy to do that too. So, yeah, so one of my great passions is living a life in harmony. I love to, in fact, I'm relentless in my pursuit of harmony. And that has become one of the things that I am continuously driving towards and moving through. And so what does living in harmony feel like for me? Living in harmony is also integrated into my moment-to-moment life when I have a conversation with someone, in how I feel within my body, in how I divine my life, in how I show up for myself, in how I love life. It's always in pursuit of harmony and in relationships. And because of that, what it actually has me looking for is always new and wonderful ways in order to drop in and bring more harmony into those relationships. A relationship that for me, this has helped tremendously with is my parents. And my parents are aging. I'm 50 this year, and my parents are 83 and 84. And for me, I kind of carried a lot of stuff. I've carried a lot of stuff. And it's, Lauren, this is where you're headed. In what way, darling? Are you headed on the age front, or is it with the aging parents or the harmony? Yeah, and it really has helped me drop in and allow me to get myself out of the way. So basically kick my own butt to get out of the way, because the reality is they're not going to change. I'm the one that gets to change. I'm the one that's blessed to change. I'm the one that's in this industry. I'm the one that gets to actually take a long, good, hard look at me. And through doing that, and because I was in the constant pursuit of harmony, it's opened up, thousands of different processes for me to do just in what I would do when there was a moment where it was like, Okay, the harmony, trying to get where I want to be. Beautiful, Lauren. Yeah, and so what I would do, and I'll come back to that, what I would do is like, so for example, there was a time where they came over, this probably happened only a couple of weeks ago, where they came over and it was like, oh, wow, it wasn't going well. I could feel my energy going, "Arr!" I could see them going, "Yeah," and then there was all things that were being thrown my way. And I sat there just going, oh my God, what am I going to do? So within a 5-minute period, I pretty much set up a crystal grid behind my father, which had black obsidian, tourmaline, what else did I have in there? Selenite, a load of selenite, had that behind. I started putting on a really soft Gayatri mantra, so it wasn't too loud and wasn't too like sort of like landing on top of them. Hey, candle, mwah! And then I put some essential oils on. I got like I did some other things as well, and then I got some essential oils for them to smell. I didn't tell them what they were about. And then within those moments, bang, suddenly we became in harmony. And our conversation completely changed from real restriction and like, it doesn't matter how many things you need to try. If the goal is harmony as opposed to I want them to do blah or I want my life to look like blah, it opens up, I want to say, new neural pathways, and it opens up our intuition and the ability to hear the whispers as to what to do next, And so, Lauren, the harmony in trying to get to where you want to be. So what I'd like to ask you is, where is it that you'd like to be? What does that future look like for you, Lauren? Thank you so much, Jeanette. Oh, 5 days. Oh, Marie, and I'm so sorry. Just breathing with you for a moment. Okay, so let's tune in. I'm going to make a really broad assumption here, which is probably quite spot on, and that is that each of us here are looking for a little bit more harmony in their life. And Maria, the harmony for you may be within your heart at the moment. The harmony may be with these moments, knowing that your father has passed while sleeping, and just being present with that, with your heart, and finding that harmony within. Yeah. So, and that's, of course, perfectly normal. Although, what is normal? So what I'd like to ask you, Maria, and I am coming back to the harmony in the future, but just for this moment, for Maria, who's just lost her father 5 days ago, where in your body do you feel the sadness? Harmony and joy. I did a live on your business page on this today. Amazing, Jeanette. On point. We're in sync. So where you're feeling the sadness, Maria, I'd just love to invite you just to place your hand there in the parts of your body where you notice the sadness is. And our hands are connected to our hearts. Our hands are connected to our hearts. Beautiful. And so actually, I'm going to invite you to do high heart and the heart chakra. Yeah. And then each of us can do this. We can all tune into our hearts, placing our hands on our hearts, and actually visualizing our hearts, our own hearts, sending love back into our own hearts, and our heart sending love back out through our hands, and then our heart sending it out through our arms back into our heart, and our heart out from our heart into our hands back through. So it's kind of like a cycle that's just continuous. Just really allowing yourself to receive. In fact, I might use just popping in and out of the screen here for a moment. So if you are interested in just opening up your heart just a little bit more, that's it. And allowing yourself to receive. Receive the love from you. Yeah. And just allowing whatever it is that's there to be, regardless of what each of you are going through at the moment. What if you could just be with what is within your heart? This, in fact, is harmony. Being with whatever is there for your heart. Just really allowing yourself to feel. That's it. And just really breathing into your heart. That's it. And you may find just drop. Yes, they are. I may be getting some delivered here, Jeanette. So I may have some available soon. Okay, beautiful. Just relaxing. Okay, and if you're sensing anything in your heart and noticing any shifts, please share. Share what's on your heart at the moment. Share what you're noticing. And just allow. I know, Jeanette. So exciting. Sorry, a little bit of an excited pause there. Okay, that's it. So I'd love to know and hear from you as to what's happening in your heart at the moment. Please share and let me know so that I can, your heart feels warm and it's literally being hugged. Yeah, beautiful. And how amazing that you're able to gift that experience to yourself. You see, we gift ourselves the experiences. And that's the thing. It's like, just stepping in and out here for a moment. Whatever experience that we're moving through, things will bubble up. It was a bit of anger. Okay, so you felt anger in it? Okay, amazing. And how does that feel now? Is it still feeling the anger? Are you still feeling the anger in your heart, or has that feeling there started to shift into something else? Yes, exactly. So here's the thing, like it's like we get to gift to ourselves. We get to ignite our own hearts. We are our own healers. We are our own healers. Beautiful, feeling better. It shifted. Amazing, Maria. Amazing. And so just in that moment, know that we are now in a new moment, and whatever is here now in this moment is perfect. And whatever, if more sadness arises, if joy arises, if a beautiful memory pops in around your father and things that you did together, or a message from your father pops in these moments, that is perfect. Oh, that's so beautiful, Kendall. Maria, I think you've got so many people on here that are really opening their hearts up to you. Just just looking here, I know definitely, like, so Jeanette, Kendall have both like sort of sent you so much love. I know there was someone else as well, Naomi. So you are loved. You are really loved. So feel that. And that's a gift that they get to give from the overflow of their own hearts. Each person on here, it's a choice. So as we move back to harmony, of which that was a practice in harmony, because here's the thing, how can we be in harmony? How can we be in harmony within our own lives and within our own hearts if we're not allowing gifting to ourselves and giving to ourselves? Being one of the things that I've noticed really clearly is when I'm not in harmony, when there is disharmony, I have got an empty cup, or there is something within me that I'm not feeling fulfilled. I am feeling empty, and I'm like trying to scratch at the surface, and it's like, and it's all scratchy inside, or I haven't resolved something in me. And it's just like harmony comes from the heart. It starts here. So, harmony around your future. Lauren, you brought this up. So, what I'd love to know is from everyone is when they think of harmony, when you think of harmony in your future, how does that feel? What do you think of? What is it that you're looking specifically for harmony on? Is it in relationship? Is it what you're doing for money in your career? Is it how you're serving? Is it how you're being? Like, what is it? What is it that harmony for your future? What does that look like? What are you looking for? Is it with your children, with your grandchildren, with your finances, it's endless. It's endless. And there are infinite possibilities as to where this harmony can be. But I'd love to invite someone to bring in a particular topic of discussion in order for us to tune into what it could be, what we can talk into tonight. As I said earlier, for me, harmony, the area I was blessed to work on the most was actually with my parents. And really, it became about me. It was all about me and all of the different things, the different beliefs, structures that I chose to take on when I was younger, and even to this day still take on. So something that I love to visualize, if you're looking for harmony in your future, and like sort of we can tune into it now. So it's like, so what you do is you step into your future self, tune into how it feels like to be in harmony within that future self, and really amplify that feeling now. So if you're all interested, I'd love to take you through that process. Changing the way my son and I react with each other. Okay, beautiful. So what would be a vision, Kendall? So it says harmony to me looks like changing the way my son and I react to each other. Okay. So with that, Kendall, if I was to invite you to express it as an intention and in a way that is really expansive. So speaking into how you'd like it to feel. So I'd love to invite harmony in my relationship with my son. So we can start communicating on a deeper level and really enjoy each other's company. Or like, what does it feel like? It's just like, I love the fact that I'm able to get to know my son in a completely new way, and we're actually creating an entirely new relationship now. given the ages that we're both at the moment, and knowing that we both get to change, and I get to share with him how I can actually shift and be the mirror back to him as to what's possible for us together. So yeah, just sort of seeing in like how that could look like, and really bringing that in and amplifying that out. So, you know, it's, and even taking yourself through, say, for example, a day, like it's like, stepping into that future self of yours, and how that would look like. Yeah, absolutely. It's great when you change your perspective, because the thing is, we get what we wish for. We get what we speak out. We get that. That's what we're receiving. And so if I'm just like sort of dissecting from a word, it's changing the way my son and I. So changing the way, it's not expressing how you're changing. All it's saying is that it's changing the way you react to each other. So instead of reacting like, you can react like, eh. So it's actually saying you could actually be calling in a different way of reaction, and that reaction might be one slamming the door, because it's not speaking into what it is that you're calling in for that. Yeah. So is this landing? And if it is, please let me know. Please share with me, because our words are what is, we're putting out our intentions with our words. We're putting out our intentions with our words. We're speaking out what we're calling in through our words, because the universe is responding back to us through that. So I'd love to invite you, Kendall, to actually put a new statement here for you on what you'd like your relationship with your son to look like. Lauren, okay, say self-love and beliefs that don't serve, learned beliefs that you need to let go of. So that's what harmony in the future looks like. Okay, that don't serve, learned beliefs. Okay, so it's harmony looks like self-love and letting go. Basically, that I'm assuming you mean that beliefs that you don't serve you are let go, and learned beliefs you need to let go of. Okay, beautiful. So I would love to invite you into another way of looking at this, and that is to dissolve all perceptions. What if it was as simple as that? I mean, it's probably quite large, but and Kendall, this would be for you too, and anyone else on here. And it's something that I'm continuously moving through and evolving through. What if you were to be able to, what if the focus was, I choose to dissolve all perceptions? Hi, Kylie. Dissolve all perceptions. What if you dissolved all perceptions? That would mean, what would that mean? If all perceptions were dissolved, what would that mean for you? How would that be for your harmony? Harmony, would that bring in more harmony? Well, for me, it would, because then I'm also open up to new guidance and other whispers and new inspirations from inside me. And I've got no other like chat words in my mind going, I wish he did, I wish she did. Why don't they? I should do. I shall. It's blah 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 blah. When we dissolve all perceptions, we're clear, we're free, we're open. We're open for the answers. Dissolving all perceptions is just a phenomenal practice to be in. And the moment you think you've dissolved many around a subject, another cute little one pops in to just go smack. Sometimes it's a nice loving smack, but yeah, it can pop in. And that's okay too, because what we're here for is to learn to be the best version of ourselves, to open up to infinite possibility, to play this game called life, to enjoy the wonder that life has to offer us here. So yeah, so amazing, celebrating you to see the world from his side, amazing. And yes, as a parent, what an incredible thing to do. Like we've been going through that, and I think we talked about this a few weeks ago, Kendall. Like sort of we were going through some things, and like sort of we're moving through it at the moment with our son, and it's just like, yeah, like seeing the world from their side, and especially when they're a teenager and they're going through some changes, their brains are literally changing. They're suddenly seeing the world in a different way, and it's like, suddenly the way we need to respond is different. So it's actually us that is the one that's blessed to change. Okay, Lauren. Anxiety is the troublemaker, overthinker. Hello, Lauren. I am an overthinker. Big time. So I can totally relate to this. Lauren, I think you would really love the Open Your Chakra 7-day challenge. The link is above to actually come in and have a look. And this is the one with the 2 points here, where each day you're invited into another layer on it. And it's been actually quite incredible, the shifts that people have received. So I'd love to invite you to come along and join in on that challenge, and just to see what it opens up to by clearing your throat. Kendall, great for you too, of course, because at the moment what you're speaking into are words. And so what these points are doing is they're clearing the blocks through your own doing, through essential oils, through your like sort of intention, clearing the blocks in your throat. And actually what's ended up happening is like sort of when people are dropping really deeply into their heart and becoming so much more present, which is great. And they're naturally moving through and allowing their body to shift and realign. So now I wanted to speak into, Lauren, another process which I love doing when I get in my head. And so number one, I do this, and I do loads of different processes. And so if you want to play along with me, what we're going to do is we're going to actually visualize gathering up all of our thoughts into a crystal ball within our head. And then we're going to be bringing it down to as an elevator and planting it in our Earth Star chakra. So, Susan, I'll come back to that question in a moment. So what I'd love to invite you into, Susan, as we do this process, allow some insight to come in for you through this process in answer to that question. So if everyone just closes their eyes and imagining a crystal ball within your own mind and within your head. And within this crystal ball, this clear crystal ball, allow it to start gathering your thoughts, gathering all your thoughts. So much love to you, Jeanette. Okay. And then that's it. Once you've gathered enough thoughts, because we'll do this 3 times, allow that crystal ball to come down through your throat. If there are some more thoughts that have kind of lodged themselves into your throat, let them pop into that crystal ball to be alchemized down through your heart. That's it. All the while picking up any thoughts within any of your chakras, within any of your body. And now planting that crystal ball into your Earth Star chakra, which is about 1 foot beneath your feet. And now we'll do it again. Gathering more thoughts within a crystal ball, within your mind. And then taking the ball down, crystal ball down through your chakras, down through your chakras, down through your channel. That's it. And then planting in the earth again. And now one more time. And this time you might find that you're able to actually allow the crystal ball to move a little faster. Okay, relaxing. That's it. Now, the crystal ball is gathering up all those thoughts. Doesn't matter what the thoughts are. Allowing it to move down through your throat. Down through your body, down through all your chakras, and planting it in the earth. Within your soul star chakra. And now, soften. Soften your ears. Soften your teeth. And soften your nails. The nails on your feet. Soften the hairs on your skin. And you will likely notice a drop. And now creating the intention that you clear any energy that is around you. Clearing the energy, clearing your field. You can do this if you like. You can move your hands around. Because see, you are your own healer. You may feel like shaking your head and clearing. That's it. And now tuning in to how your mind is feeling. Tuning in to how your body is feeling. Tuning into where you're at. What are your thoughts like now? And I'd love you to share in the comments what you felt. What are your thoughts are like now? How does your head feel now? How present are you now? Do you have a new insight for yourself? Just share what comes up, share what came up, share what's present for you. I love doing that process because it allows me to, well, it's basically using my own energy, using my own light, tuning into the wisdom within me, within myself. It's not taking anything externally from me. Yes, it's using sort of connecting to source, but it's connecting in with self. So I would love for you to share what came up. How is your head feeling? Yes, Lauren, you've had the kids in and out. Love it. Yes, how old are your kids, Lauren? Yeah, so that is a really great process to actually integrate when you find that you're getting into your mind, and also a really great process to practice if you've got the kids around. How can you do some of these things while you're surrounded by chaos, while you're surrounded by, oh my God, there's that conversation? So the practice, beautiful, 6 and 9. Yes, highly energetic. It's a beautiful practice to sort of what I tend to do is when I'm integrating a new practice, I'm first tuning into it, doing it on my own, and like sort of doing it on my own, and then I start measuring, how did I feel beforehand, how did I feel afterwards? Okay, great. So I noticed that shift in there. Did I get different thoughts coming in, or did something else open up and where it became a little bit more frictional? What happened there? Oh, okay, hang on, where could I use that? When could I, like, sort of, how could I apply that in my day-to-day life? Like, it's like, how can I do that? And it's like, so the process that I was speaking into earlier, the 7-day challenge, which I'd so love for you to join, about clearing the throat chakra, which is all about this, coming into harmony within ourselves and within our body and dropping into ourselves, is like, sort of, I was like, oh, okay, actually, you know what, I can tune into doing that when I can walk into the pantry when there's a lot of people around. I'm like, oh God, I'm feeling a bit and I can use it then. That's going to work really well. It takes like less than a minute, and because I've practiced it so much, it takes less than a minute now. So what today's challenge was, okay, so how can you do it where you're just visualizing it? And so I went for a walk with my girlfriend, and we did it while we were walking, and then boom, it changed the way we were talking. It changed what we were talking into, and it grounded a lot of that in. So and then I give it a go whilst I'm in the chaos, in the company and things like that. And then it's a muscle that I get to, am blessed to practice. So, I'm so glad, Kendall, that you received a great release. Your feet tingling, yay! Amazing, and so amazing, Kendall. So now if you tune into what your intention was around getting to know your son and like sort of recreating your relationship with your son in how you communicate, it's like, what a great way for like sort of, yeah, I know, the pantry's awesome. The pantry's a savior. I have been known to perhaps have a glass of champagne in the pantry. But anyway, shh. Yeah, so Kendall, like it, where was I going? Sorry, beg your pardon. Yeah, like sort of with like sort of with your relationship with your son, and like sort of opening up to that, and like in the middle of it, doing that with the crystal ball and allowing it to ground through, because the more you practice that, then you can do it in amongst, hang on a minute, I'm really reacting in this conversation, as opposed to speaking and choosing to respond from a neutral space or from my higher self. Like, you can start with like sort of, I'm just responding from polarity. There might be times where it's just like, okay, hang on, I need to think, and you're going into the logic mode. But then one day it'll come in where you practice this so much, where you become so radically present. And this would be a goal, like sort of, for me, this is always a goal, that I'm so radically present, which is harmony, and in harmony with myself, that I can respond from a space of neutrality. So I can respond from a space of a higher version of myself. I now let go for more manifesting. Beautiful. That's amazing. Mel, honoring your feminine. Oh, how wonderful. I love that. How are you honoring your feminine, Mel? I would love to know that. And yeah, Maria, I'm sure a lot of thought releases for you. And what's really beautiful, I love it. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the comments and I'm getting distracted because it's really funny. So we can start the like sort of the closet champagne, like the pantry champagne drinkers when the kids are going, ah. Okay, so a lot of thought releases. Yeah, so Maria, with your father passing, you know, this is a really beautiful way and a beautiful practice for you to, you know, like there's going to be many thoughts that are going to be coming up. And what a beautiful way to be able to become present with yourself and within your body, so that you can actually heal yourself and move through whatever is meant to be moved through at the time. Calm the chaos, adding the quiet moments. Yes. Okay, beautiful. Susan, beautiful. Peaceful awareness. Amazing. Oh, peaceful awareness. That's got a really beautiful ring to it. I love it. How do you accept his reaction, that his reaction does not change? So, okay. I'm going to step into some examples from my corporate days. More so because I want to step out of my relationship with my son at the moment so that I can speak to from a space of what I've actually already moved through. So in my corporate days, what I found was there were people that, oh man, there was a lot of friction. There was a lot of friction and the reactions that people were blessing me with were really quite harsh. And what I learnt through that process is that friction was the friction that existed within me. And when I healed that friction within me, suddenly the people in my corporate world, suddenly I didn't have the friction outside of me. And yeah, like sort of there were, and I'm speaking about that so it doesn't become sort of personal, so it doesn't look like I'm speaking into your situation. I don't want to speak into your situation when it's like, do you know what I mean? Like it's, how do you step out and up and look down? Actually, you know what? Tuning in right now, I'm going to bring your awareness. I'm going to like actually totally change gears here at the moment, Susan, because I just had a look at environment and the space. So what I'd invite you into is moving around your space, tuning into what it is that you want and what it is that you're wanting to co-create. Like sort of in this relationship, is it harmony that you're after? And let's just presume that you're looking for more harmony and a deeper sense of harmony. What I'd love to invite you into, and this is for everyone here, is to walk around the room that you most communicate with. Like, so for example, or you're most wanting the harmony in. Certainly I'd be doing your bedroom because that's where you're sleeping each night, and the area where, for example, if it's a relationship where you speak the most. And so I invite you into tuning into the intention on how you see that relationship. And this would be really great for you too, Kendall, is tuning in to how you want to see that relationship, what you want out of that relationship. What does harmony look like? What does harmony feel like? And then what I invite you into is walk around the room and change the furniture, move the things around, move a pillow, move a cushion, sweep under an area where there might have been, like you might go in and clean the, the skirting boards, because that's the hidden stuff, the stuff that's underneath. Clean that, clear that, put an item within that area. Put an item within that area that feels harmonious to you, that really feels harmonious to you. So I'm going to, no, it's in the other room. Do you know what? Just hold the thought for a moment. Just a minute. Nope, it's not there. Okay, can't get it. I don't know where it is. Anyway, I have an angel which I picked up during, there it is. I had an angel which I picked up during Christmas. I am going to get it. Excuse me. I'm here. Okay. I picked this angel up during one Christmas, and I every now and then I find a feather and I put the feather in. And what I did was I bought one for my parents and I bought one for my brother as well. And what that represented for me was harmony. It was something that whatever they do with it is what they do with it. It doesn't need to mean the way that like doesn't need to have the same impact, the same meaning as I create in it. However, I did express to them, oh, this is for us to be connected. We've all got one, and that type of thing. And so for me, this item represents harmony within my immediate family. And so I can just put this anywhere in a room because I have linked this to that, and I will immediately drop in. Now, it does help the fact that it's got feathers, and because feathers are nice and soft and things like that. And so that is something that I help me. So the key here is, and I speak about this often, is manipulate your environment to reflect back to you what it is that you're wanting to feel. Manipulate your environment so it reflects back to you how it is you want to live your life. Manipulate your environment so that you can be reminded of the person you're wanting to be, and who you're wanting to be, and how you want to feel, and how you're choosing to feel. So for me, mine is pure pristine presence, pure pristine living. Now, I have a certain saying which I like move through every now and then, and it changes, and I really deepen the connection to it. So my previous one was harmony, dynamic harmony, which we've been speaking into a lot. At the moment, it's pure pristine presence. And so what that is, what's actually sort of I've been invited into over the last few weeks, is my entire environment has changed. Like, so my like the way I do my grids, the way I created my like sort of the healing room here, it's just transformed and changed. It's just like uplifted so incredibly. In fact, I might even be able to show you one of my grids. Who's interested in that? I'm going to go see if I can find it. Let's see. Oh, wow. Who wants to see that? Here is one of the grids that I created this morning. Isn't that stunning? It has got oh my goodness, it's got so many crystals in here. It's not funny. So many crystals. Check that out. Is that not beautiful? And is that a cauliflower in the center? Why, yes, it is. Here is another one. Here's another version of it. And this one is showing it. I think you can see this next version of it, because I needed to actually move all of the furniture out of this room because it got so big. Isn't it stunning? So for me, pure pristine presence ended up having me create my grid in that way. Yeah, it's stunning, isn't it, Miranda? It's just, it's actually behind me, so you're all getting the energetics of it because it's literally on the floor. In fact, let's go take a walk, because like this is literally where it is. It's pretty awesome, isn't it? Oh, do you know how challenging this is with a computer screen? And so that's like, so for me, again, I'm so clear on how it is I'm wanting to feel and how I'm wanting to live, that the environment to reflect back what I want to feel. So yes, thank you, Maria. Do I activate? Yes, I do. Yes, I do activate my grids, and I actually also sell the grids. So if you are interested in any grids, please do let me know. I create them, personalize them to you. They get activated. Yeah, they're stunning. And if you do want to see, we created a 7-day challenge on activating the throat chakra, and so I think I'm going to start doing a little bit more with grids in there. So if you are interested, please join the group. It's called Vibrational Sensing. The link is in the actually, I think I might pop the link in here in the comments. And I will pop the link in here. I would absolutely love for you to join. Yeah, Kitty, they are amazing. They're grids. My entire home has been gridded out, like every shelf, even the walls. Like like over there, I've got yeah, even the walls, even the way I just place things. I mean, I even see so. I don't know if you can see, like even just sort of the way things like that are created. Yeah, I see everything. I like, and I love it. It's the way I see things. I love creating things that feel pretty and look pretty, and yeah, they're gorgeous. So let me read what you've written here, Candle. When I took view into myself, I realized it worked. Not me. I do a ritual before I walk to work. I bring my hands over my head and draw them into my heart's center and ask for the universe to draw in aura and protect me. I can talk to you this. Okay, can I go into this? Okay, so what Kendall's talking about is the negative energy and the negative vibes at work. And if you would like, I'm happy to talk into this more deeply next week on the show, because this is something I know. So number one, is definitely get your hands on some tea tree essential oils. If you don't have any at home, just PM me and I can help you get some tea tree oil. And tea tree oil, putting it on your hand, doing the same thing, wiping around, that clears your aura from any energy vampires, and drop a couple of drops up here. Now, the other thing that I used to do always at work is this action. And I would do this underneath the table, and it would basically be visualizing the team together in harmony, in unity together. And what was gosh, wow, I can feel my hands vibrating now. What was so incredibly powerful on that is because I was setting the intention for the team to go to be in harmony with one another. It's funny, it's in harmony again, in harmony with one another, and to bring that in close together. I was then stepping into a space of I'm moving in harmony with the team as well. And if you do this, I don't know about you, if you're doing this right now, my hands and my palms are vibrating off the Richter scale. So Kendall, I'd love to invite you to doing this. This is a really, really great practice. Even when you sit on the toilet, you can go to the toilet if some things have happened. It's like, okay, yep, and then do that. So you've got a number of little processes that we've spoken about here today. We've of course got the throat one, which is in the group that we've been moving through this week. We've got the one where we're imagining all of our thoughts within our mind in a crystal ball, and we allow that to come down, moving down through our chakras and planting that into the earth. And then we do that 3 times. And I do like to do it 3 times because sometimes the first layer of thoughts does not catch it all. And that's the truth, because I've got an active mind as well. Then we've got the hiding in the pantry, doing the like sort of different processes, or like sort of just doing whatever you can to do to get yourself out of that mode of all the chaos going around. And what else? And then we've got this. So bringing in unity. So this would be also a really great one, Kendall, for you to do for your son. It also may be a really beautiful one for you too, Maria, for your father, that you're in unity with yourself and with him, because he's now you and you are him. So if anyone, please do join the group. Would love to start the conversation. If anything has really landed, please share it below. I'd love to connect with you. Let me know what's particularly landed. What's your takeaway? If you're ready to take on something for another 7 days, let me know what that might be. And if you are, of course, if you're looking for a crystal grid, if you are looking for any coaching so that you can deepen the connection to your natural self and rise up as the yummy, beautiful, incredible, vibrational being that you are, please let me know, because that is my gem. I love working deeply with people and seeing the light in their eyes shine through the natural essence that they are. Oh, Maria, oh my goodness, I am so, so grateful, Maria. Thank you. Oh, wow, thank you. That's amazing, Maria. And you've got so many beautiful practices here now to practice as you move through the various emotions that are going to rise and fall as the tide does. Oh my goodness, it feels amazing, Kirsten. Amazing, yay! Oh, I hope to see you all in the group, and I hope to get to know you all a little bit more. And thank you so much for playing tonight. I loved it. Mwah. Lots of love. Bye.